Well, we've been pretty focused on the show the last couple of weeks. We've gotten some great episodes, and we are neck deep into the magical arc. Now, this new arc also introduced us to several new characters. We already knew Traci 13, but we've gotten to know Mary Bromfield and, more importantly, Khalid Nassour, who I think will play an interesting role in the future. Now, recently, Weisman took to Twitter, and he clarified something interesting about these two new characters and how they do differ a little bit from Zatanna. Let's take a couple minutes to dive into that. But before we do that, though, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and ring the bell for all the updates. Also, the huge giveaway. We're going to give away a PlayStation 5 at 25,000 subscribers. All you need to do to get in on our giveaway is be a subscriber and leave us a comment. Also, while you're at it, make sure you check out that free Week of Skillshare down below. It's a spectacular way to develop all of your superhero skills for that never-ending war on crime, all while not diving too deep into your pockets. Plus, it really does help the channel, so we really appreciate it. Well, once we realized this season was going to be broken into character arcs, I have to say the magical arc was something that I was the most excited about. Now that that's fully kicked off and we're digging more deep into the magical constructs of Universe 16, we are learning quite a bit more about magic in the Young Justice universe. Now, as many of you know, when Zatanna uses her magic, she actually has magic words, and her magic words are basically English backwards. If you turn the subtitles on, this is pretty apparent most of the time. But in last week's episode, we actually had a couple of new spellcasters, Mary Bromfield, Traci 13, and Khalid Nassour. Now, obviously, Mary Bromfield is directly tied to those Shazam Captain Marvel characters, and her magic seems to come from various Greek gods, at least based on the English words that she's using. But what about Traci 13 and Khalid? Well, somebody reached out to Greg Weisman over on Twitter and asked him exactly that, and Greg's answer was pretty interesting. They wanted to know if 13 and Khalid also used backwards words like Zatanna, and this is what he said. No, 13 is mostly casting in Latin. Khalid uses a combination of Latin, Classic Greek, and Arabic. So if you have any fluency in any of those languages, you might notice a couple of those words and even pick them up. This is a pretty cool way to make everybody's magic very unique. If you think about the 4 spellcasters there, nobody does magic the same way, and each magical character is manifesting their powers in a very distinct way that I think makes the storytelling much more interesting. Now, we have a new episode coming up this week, and it's only the second chapter of this magical arc. Now, each title so far has been those words backwards, and this week's title, reversed, is Demon Rise. I have a distinct feeling we're gonna see Etrigan, but we'll have to wait for this week's episode. So what do you guys think of 13 and Khalid using Latin, Classic Greek, and Arabic as their magic words? And do you find this very individualistic approach to magic from Greg Weisman and team something that you really prefer? I have to say, I do. Sound off in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you press like, click subscribe, and if you don't ring that bell, you're not going to get any updates. Peace.